Hello everybody, welcome to my messy desk today. We are going to use these tower blocks from Dollar Tree. They have the big 72 count this year I found. Before I found only like a 36 count, which is a smaller box. And I used 3 of those last year and I made snowmen last year. And there's my snowman from last year. My grandson, he's 4 now. He helps paint. To do the blocks, we open the package. My husband has this cool little vise thing here. We line up 10 or 12 in here, and I take an ink pen and mark a spot where I want him to drill a hole. And then he uses a 5/64 inch drill bit. It's really tiny. To make the pieces, he drills through each one where I put the little hole. Let me stick that in there so I don't lose it yet. And then on these though, I wanted to point out something. There is grains. You can see the dark and the light. That there's a knot where the dark part is. And if you start drilling, your drill will go crooked on those spots. So you have to be careful and make sure that you line up where you want it exactly, because that will happen. So always make sure you have extra blocks. These can be used for other things, so they're not a waste. They could be cut down and made into little beads, wooden beads, for charms, for if you do junk journaling. But my husband found this clamp at Lowe's, and it's got this cool little feature here. It unscrews to loosen, but it's got this thing here that can make it go up or down, so it makes it a lot easier. So we just put it in, slap it down, tighten it up, make the marks, drill holes. That's it. When you drill the holes, make sure you have a spare piece of wood, because it will go through, as you can see. So this is a spare piece of wood that we use to put underneath, so that way we're not screwing into our work surface. And so then this year we're doing little reindeer, little red-nosed reindeer, and we painted them brown. We used this apple barrel from Walmart. This one is the territorial beige. Makes a cute deer color. And then we used apple barrel pavement. It's a gray-black. And to paint the bases, we used a standard paintbrush. This one is a 1/4 inch wide, square tipped. This one is just a hair larger, and you just dip it in your paint and you paint the whole thing after you drill your holes. Cover the whole thing. Leave one side dry. So what we did was we held it like this, painted these 3 sides, set it down to dry. Once we got them all painted, we started back over to the first one, flipped it over, held it from this side, and we painted the ends, and then we painted down here. The ends where the raw cuts were is going to take a little more paint because it soaks into the grain of the wood. So just keep that in mind when you're painting, so you're not wasting. My husband kept saying, I think I'm wasting. And then I use this fine tip pointed brush, really fine tip, and I shake my cap, shake my bottle, put it down, dip it in the tip, dip the tip in, and then I freehand some kind of zigzaggy, what I would envision some antlers being, and then kind of bring it into a V shape. You're just barely putting paint on your tip. Then you just kind of add your little spikes for your horn, your antlers, like that. And then find where you want your eyes. Make some swirlies with your paintbrush for eyes. And then make sure I'm using the paint bottle top to kind of just make sure my paintbrush has got a fine point. And then I'm going to do a U on both sides where I want the mouth. And then make an exaggerated mouth. Like so. When you're done working with your paintbrush, make sure you close your paint up. Wash your paintbrush, which I will do that in a minute. I'm just going to kind of wipe this off with my fingers to make sure there's no wet paint on there. If you forget to wash it, use a little Dawn dish soap, wash it out, lay it flat to dry, and it should come right out. Then after you get your face painted and it's all dry, and each one will look different, not one of them are the same. So I needed 74 of them, so I have very unique, different ones. And then I have these glass red beads. Opens on the side. There's different sizes in here. I'm going to take one, take my Monotombo, put a dab of glue, set my nose on the dab of glue, let that sit and dry. You can sit them flat, or you can sit them where they're raised at. And then I took my husband's fishing pole. Don't tell him, shh. I used a clip, and I clicked the button to let it feed out. Put the clip on there so my string doesn't go back through. And then you take the end, feed it through your hole that you drilled, bring it up to the length that you want, use your scissors, clip it off, it's better once all the glue is dry, but you can do this too. Then you tie your knot by looping it, pulling it tight, and then trimming off any excess without trimming your knot. And there's your little reindeer ornament ready to go. And we do this for my husband's company. Every employee underneath of him, and even his bosses, will get one of these and a handwritten Christmas card from him. So I'm going to set them to dry. Push that out of the way. I have another project. So Walmart gift card. I took and I cut this already. So Walmart gift card. If you take your kitchen shears and you cut at an angle to remove your corner, like so, turn it over bring it to this side, and you clip off your other corner so you have matching corners. I took my crocodile, found where I wanted my hole, so now I have a template for a tag made from a Walmart gift card. So now all I have to do is take my template, take my scraps, line it up to the edge, take my scissors, trim, line it up this other side, trim, hole punch where I want it, line it up in the center, and then I just line up my hole punch and put it in if I don't want to eyeball each and every time. So I can just make this quick and easy and painless. So that's a quick way to make a gift tag using a Walmart gift card and your scrap pieces from your scrapbooking or your junk journaling. And you can do all kinds of sizes. You can do little ones. You can do fat ones. There's another fat one. Tall, skinny ones, if I could find one. We've been wrapping presents, so this is all the stuff that I've been wrapping, using all my scraps up to make tags. So I was trying to come up with different ways to share if you don't have all the tools. So that was project 2, making your own gift tags. Project 3, my husband found these, a 6-pack of these gift card envelopes. So you put your gift card in here. It's got a little slit in there for you to tuck it in, and voila. So, and then on the back it says to and from. Well, being the cheapo that I am, I decided to make my own up because I wasn't spending $4 for 6 of these card holders. And we needed to get a lot of these. So I did my measuring, and so I wrote my measurements down. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can, so you can get the measurements easily. So there's the measurements. I'll hold it there for just a second, give you a minute to look. Okay, so here's my versions. I took and cut my 7 inches. This one was 7 inches this way, 4 inches this way, and then this one I had a shorter piece, so this one I only scored it at 1/8 of an inch here, and it came out a little small, but my card still fits in there. So you can just measure your card to see how big your pocket needs to be. And this one I used a 3.5 inch pocket. This one I only used a 2 inch pocket. So it could be a 2 inch or larger. Then I fussy cut out an image off of some paper, a paper pad, and then I used some words off the paper pad and glued here to dress it up. This one I used my Walmart gift card tag, and I trimmed my corners. Easy peasy. This one was not so easy. I freehanded, and as you can see, I'm not a good freehander. It's kind of crooked, but it's homemade. So, but I did learn that you can take something round and sit it on and trace around as well, and then you cut off that way. I learned that a little bit too late. On this one I added some of that glitter tool to the base. I let it dry all the way before I put the pocket on because I used fabric tack, and fabric tack is really sticky and I didn't want my pocket to be glued closed. So make sure if you're going to glue on any type of tool or lace, to make sure you glue that on and let it completely dry before you add on your pocket. So that is 2 more ways to do a gift project. I inked around the edges on this one. I'm going to add a little piece of double-sided sticky tape here. When I fill the tag, the gift card in there, I can just peel off my tab and it sticks. Or I can add a cute little sticker right there and then write the name on the back for who I'm going to give them to. So I hope that was very helpful. On the snowman ones that I showed, I just used eyelash. I painted them white and then freehanded the snowman face on there. And then I used this eyelash trim from Dollar Tree. It's that plasticky feeling, the plastic, recycled plastic eyelash trim. And I just measured what I wanted, trimmed it off, tied it on. That's it. You can use yarn, you can use scraps of felt, you can use whatever you want. And this one is completely painted, no beads, no nothing, so except for the yarn. So I hope these are helpful, and I thank you for coming and stopping in and visiting, and I hope you learned something new. Comment below what you liked. If you have any questions, ask them and I will be happy to answer them. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.